Subcutaneous fat, more than just storage introduction fat, often misunderstood and vilified, is far more than a passive energy reservoir. It plays critical roles in metabolism, hormone regulation, immunity, and overall health. While excess subcutaneous fat is linked to obesity-related complications, a healthy level of this fat is essential for bodily functions. In this comprehensive discussion, we will explore the structure, function, significance, and impact of subcutaneous fat on the body, shedding light on how it serves purposes beyond mere energy storage. 1. What is subcutaneous fat? Subcutaneous fat is the layer of adipose tissue located just beneath the skin. It constitutes a significant portion of total body fat and differs from visceral fat, which is stored deeper around internal organs. Subcutaneous fat is particularly noticeable in areas like the abdomen, thighs, buttocks, and arms. Composition of subcutaneous fat. This fat layer is composed of adipocytes, fat cells. These store triglycerides and release energy when needed. Connective tissue or provide structural support. Blood vessels deliver oxygen and nutrients to adipose tissue. Immune cells such as macrophages, which play a role in inflammation and metabolic regulation. Differences between subcutaneous and visceral fat. While both types store energy, their roles in health differ significantly. Subcutaneous fat, primarily involved in insulation, hormone regulation, and mechanical cushioning. Visceral fat, more metabolically active and strongly linked to metabolic diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular conditions. 2. Functions of subcutaneous fat. Despite its reputation as an aesthetic concern, subcutaneous fat is crucial for various physiological processes. 1. Energy storage and release. Subcutaneous fat serves as a reserve for energy. When calorie intake exceeds expenditure, excess energy is stored in adipocytes as triglycerides. During fasting or energy deficits, hormones like glucagon signal fat breakdown lipolysis, releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream for fuel. 2. Thermoregulation acts as an insulator, reducing heat loss from the body. This function is particularly important in cold climates, where subcutaneous fat helps maintain body temperature by minimizing heat dissipation. 3. Hormonal regulation. Adipose tissue is not just a passive store but an active endocrine organ, secreting hormones such as leptin, regulates appetite and metabolism by signaling satiety to the brain. Adiponectin improves insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammation. Resistant influences glucose metabolism. 4. Mechanical protection. Subcutaneous fat provides cushioning that protects muscles, bones, and internal organs from mechanical shock and pressure. It absorbs impact and reduces the risk of injury. 5. Immune function and inflammation. Fat tissue contains immune cells that help in inflammatory responses. While chronic inflammation due to excessive fat can lead to diseases, a normal amount of subcutaneous fat helps regulate immune responses efficiently. 6. Sexual dimorphism and reproductive health. Subcutaneous fat distribution varies between genders due to hormonal differences. Women typically have more subcutaneous fat, particularly in the hips and thighs, which plays a role in fertility and childbearing. 3. The role of subcutaneous fat in metabolic health. Subcutaneous fat can be both beneficial and detrimental depending on its amount, location, and metabolic activity. 1. Protective role against metabolic disorders. Unlike visceral fat, subcutaneous fat is associated with better metabolic health. Studies suggest that individuals with more subcutaneous fat but low visceral fat have a lower risk of insulin resistance and cardiovascular diseases. 2. The link to obesity and insulin resistance. Excessive subcutaneous fat, however, can still contribute to metabolic dysfunction when it expands beyond healthy limits. Overloaded fat cells may become dysfunctional, leading to chronic low-grade inflammation and insulin resistance. Altered lipid metabolism. 3. Subcutaneous fat and cardiovascular health. While visceral fat is a stronger predictor of cardiovascular disease, excessive subcutaneous fat in the abdominal region is also linked to higher risks of hypertension and dyslipidemia. 4. Subcutaneous fat and body composition. Enduring body composition is key to assessing health beyond weight alone. 1. Body mass index BMI versus body fat percentage. BMI is a general measure but does not distinguish between fat and muscle. Measuring subcutaneous fat directly via skin fold thickness, DXA scans provides a more accurate picture of body composition. 2. Fat distribution and health risks. Pear-shaped body, genuine fat distribution, more subcutaneous fat in the lower body, associated with lower disease risk. Apple-shaped body, android fat distribution, more abdominal fat, including visceral fat, linked to higher health risks. 5. The impact of diet and exercise on subcutaneous fat. Managing subcutaneous fat effectively requires a balanced approach combining diet, exercise, and lifestyle changes. 1. Dietary factors. Caloric balance. Excess calorie consumption leads to fat accumulation. Macronutrient composition. Protein-rich diets support muscle mass, while excessive sugar intake promotes fat storage. Healthy fats, omega-3 and monounsaturated fats help improve fat metabolism. 2. Exercise and subcutaneous fat loss. Cardio exercises, running, cycling help burn stored fat. Strength training increases muscle mass, improving fat burning efficiency. High-intensity interval training height enhances metabolism and fat loss. 3. Lifestyle factor. Sleep quality. Poor sleep affects hormonal balance, increasing fat storage. Stress management. Chronic stress leads to cortisol spikes, promoting fat accumulation. 6. Subcutaneous fat and aging. As we age, body fat distribution changes, influencing health outcomes. 1. Changes in fat distribution. With age, fat redistributes from peripheral areas, legs, arms to the abdomen. Muscle loss. Sarcopenia reduces metabolic rate, increasing fat storage. 2. Implications for health. Increased abdominal fat raises metabolic risks. Loss of protective subcutaneous fat in older adults can lead to frailty. 7. Medical and cosmetic perspectives on subcutaneous fat. Subcutaneous fat is a focus in both medical and aesthetic fields. 1. Medical treatments for excess fat. Liposuction surgically removes subcutaneous fat for cosmetic reasons. Cryolipolysis. Cool sculpting freezes fat cells to reduce localized fat. Hormonal therapies target fat metabolism in medical conditions. 2. The psychology of body fat and self-image. Social perceptions of body fat impact self-esteem, mental health, and societal beauty standards. Promoting a healthy relationship with body image is essential. Conclusion. Subcutaneous fat, a vital yet complex component. Subcutaneous fat is more than just an energy store. It plays essential roles in metabolism, protection, immune function, and overall well-being. While excessive fat accumulation can lead to health issues, a healthy balance is crucial for optimal physiological function. Understanding the importance of subcutaneous fat beyond its aesthetic implications can lead to better health decisions, reduced stigma around body weight, and improved approaches to maintaining a healthy body composition.